Yes, hello everybody, it's Ray from Ray's United, and I'm back, people, I'm back. Anyway, before I start anything, you know what I do. Smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, become a member. Let's watch this channel grow. Let's get to 50k in no time. You guys are doing very well, and I love it, and I love you all. But this is getting serious. Now, what is getting serious? Let me tell you this. Obviously, I'm going to get into the video and you're going to love it. But the intro of this video, or the very first part of the video is, Pi is nothing without utilities. And a lot of people don't even know that Pi is nothing without utilities. Let me get this, chips. That is great. Pi is nothing without utilities. Do you know what I mean? But we're going to obviously delve deep into it. You all know I love the project, but I don't have any sort of allegiance to it, because I make sure I'm very neutral in what I do. So no allegiances, no partnerships, nothing. It's all about me being neutral as possibly as I can. So without further ado, you know what to do. Smash the like button, smash the subscriber button. When I come back, it's on! Alright, I'm back. This is Ray from Ray's United. I've seen the chatter, I've seen everything, and I know that a lot of people aren't happy about the Pi Core team and the direction things are going, and so on and so forth. And everybody's entitled to their opinions, because listen, as a pioneer who has mined for more than 5.5 years, I believe I have the right to say what I want to say, as long as it's not infringing on anything. This is not politics, this is just crypto. But one thing I know is that we were all led to believe, or we've all been led to believe, that Pi Network is a utility-driven cryptocurrency, which means we need to depend, or we have to be dependent on the fact that it will be driven mostly by utilities. In other words, the dApps. Do you know what I mean? And we were also told that these dApps will be ready, or they are ready, hence the Open Network was launched. So in doing that, the Pi Core team put their heads on the stone, on the chopping board, of course, and right now everybody's sharpening their knives to, you know, do what they have to do. So the fact that, you know, I'm looking at things and news isn't flowing the way it's supposed to, you know me, the news they're giving, to be honest, it's not satisfactory. You know, I'm somebody that I always look at the community first. I don't look at the Pi Core team. They're not my cup of tea. I keep telling you that. They obviously established this project. By the end of the day, without us, there will be no Pi Network. You know that. They established it, but we built it together as a collective. Do you know what I mean? So why the statement I just made that Pi is nothing without utility? Now, we obviously, I mean, initially when Open Network was launched, Chen Diao-Fan, she made particular statements. You know, certain posts were made in her name, and we all were made to believe that, you know, Pi Network is utility driven, and everything will be built intrinsically. Now, as it were, the intrinsicness of it seems to be far-fetched, because what are we seeing now? A lot of people are very flabbergasted by the fact that, you know, everything is dependent on exchanges listing Pi, particularly, you know, what's the name? Binance and Coinbase and that. But if we weren't so dependent, and that's what I'm trying to say, if we weren't so dependent on exchanges listing Pi, then what would we be dependent on? Which is one huge question, and that is the fact that these utilities are launched. And at the moment as we speak, there are more than 100, as it were, as the Pi Core team announced during the launch of the Open Network. So I'm definitely a little bit not surprised, they're dumbfounded by the fact that they're not saying a lot about it and they're not giving us any updates on it. So people aren't really happy about what the PiCore team is or isn't doing right now. So yes, I do obviously understand the plight of many pioneers who obviously have put their eggs in one basket, in that they're reliant, or supposedly reliant, on the fact that their dApps are officially launched so that you know, things can happen, you know, but nothing is happening at the moment. And I can tell you, I'm involved in a project which you all are going to know something about. And this project is reliant on it passing the KYB. And to be honest, passing KYB is another thing that I don't understand, because they've already been through the rigorous checks of the viability of their projects. Why do they have to pass KYB if they already are pioneers who are establishing a business, who have had their projects being prolonged as a result of Open Network being dragged? And now that Open Network's been launched, the fact that it's been launched and not external projects are the ones that are being KYB, and also internal projects are being KYB'd, I'm bemused by that. You know, I'm a little bit not for that, to be honest. I am not for that. So I would rather they looked into it and know that pioneers aren't happy about that as well. I mean, most developers aren't happy about it. So they have to do something in order to appease some pioneers. And I don't think the PiCore team are in the business of trying to appease pioneers, but I think sometimes they have to do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes they need to appease pioneers. So listen, I've always been quite fair when it comes to my assessment of the situation out there, and in assessing everything, people have asked me to talk about it, and I've sort of held back a little bit just to assess things. And in my conclusion, in my, obviously I did identify the problem, hypothesized it, you know, analyzed everything and so on, and now I can come up with my conclusion that, listen, the PiCore team needs to do something ASAP, because if they don't, what they're going to find out is disgruntled pioneers are going to rightly create a sort of commotion which could affect the price of Pi, which in turn could crash the whole project or bring it down crashing. So that's not what we want. What we want is the other end of the spectrum, where every single pioneer is excited about the fact that they're rolling out things. Because right now, this is not the moment where the PiCore team will still be delaying things. The delay, I am not for that. I am not for any delay at the moment. I am for the fact that everything is rolling out smoothly and so on and so forth, you know, but they're not really doing that. They're not doing that. And I'm not for that. You know me, I'm not for that. So those of you, well, you all know how I am. You know, if you're watching the channel newly, you know I'm not up anybody's ass. I am always doing what I believe is right for the Pi community. And right now, that's precisely what I'm doing, what I believe is right for the Pi community. So, listen, Pi is nothing without utilities, and I know that based on what we were sold 5.5 years ago. At one point, I never thought that Pi would even list on exchanges, but it has listed. So they had to have known that, listen, they need to now speed things up. They can't be delaying. I don't know what they're trying to do. And one question, is Pi ever going to be decentralized? That's another question I'm going to ask you. This is what I'm asking you. I'm not going to answer that until I do a live show about it. But my question is, and take this, is Pi ever going to be decentralized? This is something for us to discuss. Food for thought. Smash the like button where you're at. Smash the subscribe button, of course. Become a member. Let's watch this channel grow. And listen, I love you all. But it's going to be great. Pi is going to be great. This is just a video of my own assessment. It's got nothing to do with anybody. You asked me to do this video. I've done it. Let's see where it goes. Let's see if the PiCore team or the developers or the founders listen to some of the pioneers and developers and groups that own utility platforms. Plight. Take care of yourselves, people.